Hello there, everybody. Maya from MayaQuest back again, and I'm standing here next to my mystery machine from the end of the last episode. Now, no one figured out what it is just yet, so I'm going to go ahead and spoil it right now so we can get into things. But before I do, look at this. We've got visitors. It's Doc. He's using some kind of crazy tech machine here, probably trying to scan the machine to figure out what it is. Knowing him, he probably knew what it was before I even thought of it. Then coming up here, the Redstone Master, Mumbo Jumbo himself, has flown in, I guess on a little drone thing. He's trying to get his own little view of my machine, and I think he probably knows what it is too. And for the big reveal on what this amazing farm does, look at this. There's bone meal in this dispenser. I didn't show that last time. So the bone meal must bone meal this grass block. What grows on grass? Flowers and grass, right? And we got shears. Well, shears on grass will get you the grass. On flowers, no big deal. So now if I turn this windmill on up here, we get the power going and the machine starts up. And then to kick the machine off, we take one bone meal and bone meal that grass. Oh yeah. And you can see down here. There we go. We got grass coming in and some flowers. That grass is how you make turf. And as you guys know, I've been using a lot of turf and probably plan on using a lot more. This is how I've been able to do it recently. This machine is pretty loud though, so let's go ahead and turn it off and work on our first little project here. Now, if any of you happen to see that little short teaser that I released yesterday, it teased this little farm that I had come up with. I put in a little bit of a base structure here just to get a jump on things so we don't spend too much time working on this because I want to get back to the main base and work on something else. So anyway, this farm that we're about to build can handle cows, it can handle pigs, it can handle sheep and horses. We're going to start out with cow and sheep. Now, the real unique thing about this farm is it automatically feeds the animals so that they'll breed. Normally you have to do that manually, but thanks to Create, we can make that happen. Okay, I had to go and sleep really quick because I had some phantoms after me, but this barrel is for our build. Inside you can see it's got pretty much everything I'm going to need to make this come together. So this is a bit of our glass shell. It's not completely done, but in here is where the breeding animals will be. Okay, I am not going to talk about how long that took. But now they're all in their little cell, and we can move on to the next step finally. But they look happy, don't they? Oh yeah, they do. So the next step is to add a little enclosed area here for the babies so they can grow up in a nice, peaceful environment. One that's free from the worry of the problems of the outside world, creepers, stray skeletal arrows, and all of that, and they can just be happy in here. Okay, so I need to choose a spot where the feeder can try to feed them, and it looks like these two blocks are my best option, and I'm probably going to go with that one right there. There we go, that one's set up. I did have to go back to grab a couple more hoppers because I forgot that I needed something to pour into these deployers. So there we go. Now let's go ahead and get this side set up. And there we go, that system is set up. Now for the power. Well, I think from looking at this that I built the whole create contraption portion too high. I think it needs to be one block lower, just for max efficiency and all. So I'm going to rebuild that really quick and then we'll see what we're looking at. All right, we are back in action. The machine is running, breeding is occurring, and eventually these babies will grow up, be caught in there, and have fun. Here you can see the little babies don't get caught in the water, but when they grow up, they're tall enough to get caught. So there we have it. This machine can just run. I'm going to need to fill it up with wheat and carrots from time to time. I need to get a better source of carrots, that's for sure, because right now I don't have a good farm producing that. The wheat came from that villager wheat pod that I made a while back, so that's been producing very well. I think it's about time to make a carrot version of that. Hey everybody, so I ended up having to take a break after the last clip, and now it's a new day for me. Overnight, something pretty amazing happened. My subscriber count jumped up, and now I'm at 53 subs. That's so incredible. I thank you guys so much. I am so appreciative to have you guys here. To all my early supporters, I just want you to know I've loved interacting with you guys. If you make videos yourselves, I love watching them. I try to watch every one of them, and we'll continue to do so. You know, hopefully I'll get too big to be able to, but at the same time, I don't want to neglect any of my viewers. You see that? A wandering trader and his llamas are going to trample my crops. Those guys. Again, thank you, my supporters. Love you guys. Last night I spent some time out here and let this thing run and picked up a couple things, learned some things, and made some changes. So first off, this all here was one block closer, but sometimes when you had too many babies built up, they would get crowded up here and the water would push them up and they'd somehow jump across into the water. So every once in a while a baby was dying, and that's not good. So I moved it further out. But then after moving it, pigs no longer got caught under the water. So the trapdoor is perfect. Now the babies can still come under here and not get caught by the water, but adult pigs can come up here and get caught. Oh, look, there you see a cow right there. Awesome. One other thing, we got these guys. I got a pig over here on a seat and a cow over here on a seat. Now, if you're in vanilla trying to use a farm like this, you could just use a minecart or a boat. Probably a boat would be best. Having the animals on the side like this will affect the baby's AI and mess it all up, so they go back and forth, and they spend a lot of time over here now, and it's a lot quicker production. I also guess I should show you guys this. I put in a bit of a sheep farm. It's 4 different color sheep. It's the basic sheep shear. It's just they all get sheared and go into the center block, and that's what I'm collecting so far. One other thing, these dispensers will eventually run out of shears and will need to be refilled. And maybe I don't have my elytra on me. If that's the case, I can just come over here, hit this little ejector pad, and you'll see it puts me right in the middle. And I can fix the dispenser, and then right here I've got a little bit of a ladder I can pop out, and it's all good to go. So that does it for the updates out here. Let's go ahead and head back to the main base and see what we can get into out there. We are back here at storage base, and it is raining pretty nicely. Little dreary out, but it feels good to be back home. I brought out my cam. He's going to help film this little build, and it's just going to be the carrot villager farm pod thingamabob. It's going to be just like the wheat one we built earlier in the season, but I'm going to theme it a little differently because it's for carrots. And I'm not going to do a tutorial on this one since it is pretty much the same build, but you guys get to see a nice time lapse from third person Maya Cam. He's a better cameraman than me, so hopefully this comes out better than when I do it. Yeah. Anyway, why don't we get to building? And that about does it. We have finished up the carrot farm now, the carrot pod. We got this guy in here. Oh yeah, he's got some trades. I'll probably switch him around so he should accept carrot trades, but I'll do that later. Coming down here, we can see the storage. That's what we've collected so far, which is actually pretty good in the short amount of time that this thing's been running. Plus, that guy up there still needed to fill his inventory quite a bit. You can see the theming in here, how it all looks, a little bit of decoration. Yep, trying to go with a different color theme since it's carrots. You know, over there, the wheat, we had sort of a lighter earthy tone kind of thing. I guess these are earth tones too, but these are kind of darker, oranger, you know, like a carrot. Out here you see what we've done. Some basic decoration, very similar to this one, but unique in its own ways. This build is a little bit taller in ways than the other one. And there we go, we're now producing carrots, which we need out there in the industrial district at our farms. So it'll be great. This farm feeds that farm, which in turn feeds me and other farms. Let's go on over here. Let's see, other 3 villager pods. Yep, that's not right anymore. Let's say other 2 villager pods. Yep. And we'll eventually get those done. So there you go. There's a look at the board. If anybody wants to suggest anything, you can pause it here if you need to. And if any suggestions are thrown into the comments section, I will build that in the next video. You may have noticed this episode of my Let's Play was a little bit delayed this week. That's because I started a new series to coincide with this one. That's the Handcrafted series with my good buddy Time Architect. He is an amazing YouTuber, an amazing builder, builds some of the best things I've ever seen. Hermit worthy for sure. I ask any of my viewers that haven't seen him to go on over there, check him out, and you can also see the other side of our Handcrafted series. In that series, the two of us are building a mob zoo of all creatures we can in the game, and we're going to put them in their own enclosures that are themed kind of along the lines of the type of creature they are. As for now, this is my outside of storage base. Wish you all a great day. Take it easy, and I'll see you next time.
You ain't feeling if you're trying it. Ooh, gotta believe the future's brighter. You owe it to yourself to do it, only brings you joy. So shut up all that noise, yep, shut up all that noise. Hey, just chill, I got all the time to kill. Yeah, I got good vibes, good vibes. I'm too blessed to give in to any stress, it's only good vibes.